Louie Fojut. I've been through multiple facilities. The most recent one that I'm at right now is Phillips Transition Center. Prior to that was Metro Reentry Facility, and then prior to that was Riverbend.
Okay, and you did it at Metro, the yoga program?
Yes, I did the yoga program at Metro. When I first got to Metro, my bunkmate, CJ, he actually was part of the yoga program. He's been doing yoga for, I think, about a couple years. I like to work out. So he saw that I like to work out and he told me about the yoga program and I was interested in it. So we started doing it in 2019. I'd say December 2019.
Okay.
And then I did it there the entire time I was there. You know, we went through a little bit of the COVID restrictions. So, but even during that time, my roommate and I still participated with doing it. We just did it together in our dorm. I just like, you know, just the stretching, the mobility, the flexibility, the mental awareness. That's the thing that I struggle with the most is the meditation part. But
Yeah.
I just like how it helped me with sports. I like to play basketball. So it helped me with that. But just stretching, I don't stretch. I never stretched before or after working out. And it really helped with that, like just my mobility. The yoga program, since I've been incarcerated and I started doing it, it kind of like, it opened my eyes to more mental awareness and to just understanding my body a little bit better. But what also I got exposed to was how many people really look down upon it. And it actually allowed me to communicate with people a little bit better and get them to understand that it's not about what anybody else thinks. It's just about yourself. It's about finding you. But most people, I think, have an issue, especially, I guess, in a prison setting with men, is just the positions that we get into, the poses. I guess a lot of guys feel uncomfortable with that. But again, like I tried to explain, it's not about your surroundings. It's just about bettering yourself and finding yourself. The physical changes that I've seen, I believe that I'm a little bit less prone to injury. Again, like playing basketball, I know people injure their ankles a lot and their knees. This allowed me to become more flexible. And I think I like to really focus on stomachs, and it allowed me to stay in like the plank pose a lot longer. It just made me stronger, I would say. And I think you become more defined too, because it actually allows you to help me breathe a lot better. That was one of the most important things that I got out of it is just my self-awareness with breathing. And that helped me, you know, physically and mentally. It has helped me, I guess, become more patient with myself and also allow myself to maybe breathe through, I don't want to say injury, but more discomfort.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of podcasts now, and the one guy I listen to, he focuses on breathing, and he does a breathing technique. He breathes in, he inhales for 30 seconds and exhales for 30 seconds. And I tried it, and it's difficult, but if you can train yourself mentally and really like and get through and breathe through the focus, like you just have to focus on yourself internally, and you can, like I said, you can find a pain and breathe through your pain, breathe through discomfort, and just allow yourself to push yourself to another level that you just didn't think was possible.
Would you say you're better able to regulate your thoughts and emotions?
I'd have to say so. That came along with the patience with me.
Yeah.
It allows you to kind of take a step back, and before you react or make a choice, you can really sit there and think about it a little bit better, and gather your thoughts within, and and then make a conscious decision. Like I said, my most difficult part is the meditation part because my thoughts run wild, and but the breathing technique allows you, once you start to kind of go crazy and get out there, if you just start to breathe slowly and focus on your breathing, you can kind of get yourself back to focus.
Yeah. Do you have an example of that, like maybe while you were in Metro?
I would have to say at Metro is not that bad. I would say more to TC.
Yeah.
It's really loud. So what I could do is it allows me to help me sleep a little bit and relax myself. I can close my eyes and just focus on breathing. And I find myself being able to sleep a lot better too. And I've done that too at Metro, but it was a lot quiet there. But I would have to say the meditating part I learned at Metro a little bit better, you know. I tried to meditate, but it just never worked. But getting the breathing technique down and really just focusing within yourself, that helped me out a lot. So then my roommate and we did I believe it was a 16-week program, like a 16-week program we did out of a book. Every day for 16 weeks, at least an hour to an hour and a half a day. We did that religiously. Unfortunately, we eventually fell off a little bit, but it definitely gave us a bond. Like, and Mike, who you had done the interview with, like we did it together too. We did the yoga. He was in class with us, and I think maybe a few times we did it on the yard, but unfortunately he was in another building. But my roommate and we actually had about 4 people in our dorm. Like people from our dorm would actually come and we would invite them. And some people would come and go. Most people didn't last, but it definitely gave us a bond. You know, some people stuck with it, but at the end, it was myself and CJ who really stuck through. Yoga gave me the experience of patience, really. And just focusing on myself. It's not trying to be selfish, but really like, just finding your self-awareness is so important, and finding out who you are and bettering yourself will allow you to help others, you know? And like I have a son who's 14, and I can't provide for him if I can't provide for myself. I have a girlfriend who, if I can't provide for me, how am I going to provide for her? So yoga's definitely helped me bring that all together and finding myself within, you know, emotionally and mentally and physically. So that's how yoga's really helped me to where I'll be able to really, when I step out into reality, into the free world, it's going to help me a lot. And I definitely going to, you know, participate in classes, you know, as soon as I get out as well. I think yoga is very beneficial to prisons. It's just like I said, my issue is the people have a tendency to worry about what others think of them. Out of, let's say, 20 people, I say if 3 to 5 come and join and get something out of it, I believe that's worth it, you know? Even if 1 or 2 people, you know, it's not going to impact everybody, but just 1 or 2 people. If we can make 1 or 2 people have a difference and make a change in their life, I think it's very beneficial. And it's just, like I said, finding yourself. There's a lot of people who are kind of clueless in these facilities in prison and have a hard time finding out what they really enjoy, you know? And a lot of times people just have a tendency to just group up and, you know, one-on-one, they'll be fine. But then when you see them with other people, they're totally different, you know? So I just feel like this would be a good way to get a smaller crowd or to get a group of people together who can find themselves and better their lives with yoga. Not just for the physical, like for mental and everything. I mean, the mental part's really the hardest thing for me. The physical wasn't that difficult. It's just mentally finding yourself is what yoga really does. It allows you to do that. The yoga with instructor is phenomenal. Especially with Rutu, she's an amazing woman. And she's so positive all the time. I never thought that I would you know, we developed a relationship, which is awesome. You know what I mean? And I never expected that. And she's got such a big heart, and just the dedication that she puts with the program is just, it's just incredible. You know, you don't find many people like that who does what she does. I mean, I've only seen her in class, but I see now, like on Instagram and whatnot, like all the stuff that she does, how much she gives back to people, you know, and that's just amazing to do. I have not done yoga since I left Metro. And the reason being is the facility that I'm at is just, it's horrible. The setting is horrible.
Yeah.
I could go outside and do it, but it's just like, there's no room. They got a basketball court, a little workout court. Like there's really no room to do it. And inside where we sleep, you got bunks on top of bunks. So unfortunately, I don't. And the only time I might do something, I might do some meditating. You know, I might do the corpse pose in bed.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's about it, you know. But I do stretch now. I won't I can't really say I don't do any yoga because there are
Yeah.
stretches or poses that I've incorporated with before or maybe after, or just some random times I might just do, a couple different poses. But I do speak about it to people. I do that now. I actually just met a guy and we actually worked out the other day and he actually enjoys doing yoga. He used to do it at this last camp. I don't remember where he was at, but he did it. So I try to talk about it and try to put it in people's heads that yoga is awesome. Like you should incorporate it.
Do you think you'd pursue your teaching certification to be a yoga
I
teacher?
actually would. I would love to do that because one of my main focuses is becoming a addiction counselor when I get out, and I feel that yoga is something that I would love to incorporate with being an addiction counselor, especially at a program facility. I think that should be something that should be implemented at least an hour a day. You know what I mean? Just to find out who you are. You got to find yourself, and it gives you time to reflect on your past and possibly your future. So that's something I would love to do as well. People trying yoga for the first time, I really highly recommend it and just take it slow. It's not a competition. Don't feel embarrassed about anything. You just got to find yourself and do what's best for you. And this is something that's very beneficial for you mentally and physically. So I highly recommend that you try yoga.
Anything else that you want to share about your experience being engaged with Dharma Project and the yoga program at Metro? Anything else?
The Dharma Project is amazing. Rutu is amazing. You are too as well. Her whole entire whatever she has going on, what she has going on in life is great. And just for anybody who is incarcerated, you really need to stick to finding who yourself are. Come to peace with yourself. A lot of times people like to blame others for a decision that you made.
Yeah.
You have to sit back and do something for yourself and just really reflect on some of the decisions that you made. Come to peace with yourself and with others. And I believe yoga will truly help you along this path of finding who you are. It helps you with mental awareness, self-awareness, and it just gives you comfort, at the end of the day. So I definitely highly recommend that anybody out there should definitely incorporate yoga into their lives. And Rutu, you're awesome. Thank you for everything.